What's up, guys? Welcome back to Higurashi. Um, I might have explained this before, but our phys ed at our school is just really an exercise in disorder. After some random warm-ups, the rest of the time it's spent doing whatever. You're free to cause a ruckus or just fall asleep. I'm not really sure, but doesn't the board of this education have some sort of curriculum for this? Something like when you're this old, you should have this amount of physical ability. Yeah, I think every school really should have that, but whatever. I have no idea what you're saying, Kichi-san. It's rather difficult to understand. Well, you see, it's something like a rule for teachers to follow during class. Maybe you weakling city folk need something like that, but you really think us country race kids lag behind in physical ability? If we were better athletes than you think, Kichi. Come to think of it, they might be right. If all lined up for a race, there was a good chance I'd finish dead last if it didn't start off well. Let's just pray that when a brutal penalty game is at stake, the 100 dash isn't a club activity. On that note, I watch too much television, so I'm fantastically tired. I'll be using this time to catch up on my sleep. It's fourth period, I'm completely starved. If I don't sleep now, when will I ever? As I begin to sprawl on top of a pipe, Meow grabbed me by the collar. Tisk, tisk, tisk. You really think I let you fall asleep in peace and quiet? With that look on your face, I'd require more courage to try and take a nap than not. Good grief, which means is it going to start again? Now, just killing time with idle chat until that bell rings is possible as hot-blooded youth is in it. Shall we start a club activity? Just as I thought it comes to this. What's today's game? That is happening, taking a nap is impossible. Not just that, with this sleep deprived head of mine, I'm got as good as mincemeat. I have to. Oh shit, I skipped it. Whatever. Mina thinks that should we decide what today's fit on the game should be before we start. Oh, my nose is running. Oops. Hee hee. Mina knows what's up. I prepared something super special today. She began to announce the cruel penalty game with a grand spinning flourish. But before she could do that, I'm sorry. I have something that I wanted to do. Of all people, it was Rika-chan announcing her non-participation. Even rare events do occasionally occur. On losing her time, Mia spun like a top as she tumbled to the ground. What? Huh? What's the matter? Are you not feeling well? Oh, that's right. Me-chan, she has to practice for the Watanagashi. That's right. It's this Sunday. Rika's in real super serious training right now. I've been working too hard lately, so my arms hurt. I see. Well, that's not then that can be done. There's no point in doing anything if we can't get everybody together. So let's just take it easy. I'm very sorry, but I'll try my best. Yeah, good luck. We'll be cheering you on. Omiyan announced that today's club activity was cancelled. We could chance to go headed off behind the school building. Only I was left alone, completely clueless as to what everybody was talking about. What was that about? Is we could change for a competition or something? Man, my nose is stuffy again. Rika-chan is a shrine maiden for the Watanagashi festival, so she has to perform a ritual dance. It's a practice for that. Why don't you explain things in order? First of all, what is this Watanagashi? Next, what do you mean by shrine maiden? Last, what do you mean by ritual dance? Huh? Then you get to notice that your house key-chan wasn't written there. The Watanagashi festival is this Sunday. Huh? Come to think of it, I have a feeling Mom and Dad discussed about it during dinner the other day. With the Watanagashi is a festival that happens at the shrine on a Sunday every June. It's very lively, I see, but Watanagashi sounds like a pretty strange name for it. Is it something like the Lantern Festival where they have a memorial for the dead by floating things down the river? Well, I figure you must guess right, Kichi-chan. The Watanagashi or Cotton Drift Festival is, as the name implies, where we set cotton drift down the river. The cotton you see is from futons or jackets, so it must be something like a futon memorial. They also follow up futons at the altar. I've heard of people leave offerings of things like needles or kitchen knives to their ancestors or to casualties of war. but an offering of futons is first for me. What's the history behind that? Mia tilted her head pensively. I don't think there's a complete backstory to it. Winters around here are pretty harsh, so things like warm futons and coats to ward off the cold are fairly important, I guess. Or I see, in other words, I'm not giving thanks to the futons that took care of you during the winter then. Then the Shrine Maiden holds a memorial service for them and to set them adrift. That's what Watanagashi is. Rihanna indicated that the correct answer with a round of applause. And you see, that's the Shrine Maiden performing a memorial is Rika-chan. Oh, so Rika-chan has a Shrine Maid. And I wish my nose would stop being so damn stuffy. I'm sorry, guys, if you can hear it. Now that you mentioned that, Rika-chan does have a mystical air about her. Right. Rika-chan has a Shrine Maiden outfit. How? So cute. It certainly does seem like it would suit her. Yeah, it might be cute. I finally get what you're saying. Rika-chan's training is for a performance as a Shrine Maiden, then that would be it. The Shrine Maiden has a prayer for a number of futons as a part of ceremony. It's a practice for that. It's elaborate hard work. The Shrine Maiden has to carry a large ceremonial hoe as a part of the rite. It's really heavy for Rika-chan. Well, Rika-chan is pretty small. Exactly how heavy is that hoe? It's pretty heavy. Enough that Rika-chan has been practicing with the Emoshi mallet. Wait a minute. That's way too heavy. Forget about Rika-chan. That's be rough even for me. It's a sacred ceremonial hoe. She dropped it by accident. It'd be big trouble. Well, it's a once-a-year kind of deal. All we can do is cheer from the sidelines. It'll be okay. She pulled it off last year. Really? Then at least I could do is cheer her on. You know, something like that would help, right? What's other curious about how she practiced? When I left her, she shook her head. Leave her alone. If you go, Rika-chan won't get all cute and won't be able to practice. Yeah. Quite understand what Mia was saying. You see, Rika-chan doesn't like showing people how hard she works. Okay, so just leave her be. Even though always cool and aloof, Rika-chan has the times when she sweats it while giving it her all. Because she was always so well put together, she didn't want people to see an ungainly side of her. It's not like I could understand that feeling. All I'm gonna do is pray for her success, huh? Do your best. Rika Furude. I'm cheering for you. Well then, I climbed out onto the pipe and flipped down on my side. Hooray, Rika-chan. In order to just in one of my physical ways of encouragement, I'll be entering a meditative state now. So you're just going to sleep after all? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, that's the school bell. The lackadaisical noontime ended up giving away to the mind-numbing afternoon classes. Rebounding from yesterday's hunger, ate too much for lunch today, leaving me in a horrible condition. I've gorged myself a bit too much. I have to endure afternoon classes. Kishi got an amazing appetite today. Basically, you always eat like a pig, but today was on a whole different level. Yesterday I skipped lunch, right? That hunger just soaked right in. This time, no matter how much I ate, my hunger knew no bounds. I get you. But really, Kichan, you always finish your lunch down to the last bite, even down to the last grain of rice. With food, you should show your appreciation for the person who made it by eating it, you know? If you leave anything behind, it's rude to the person who put all that effort. Hearing that, Mia's eyes momentarily widened in surprise, followed by a cool laugh. Kichan, really, at first glance you seem unruly and irresponsible, but you're actually pretty conscious of discipline or something like that. Oh yeah, I think so too. She kind of kinder than he looks. Both of them are probably trying to compliment me, but it seems fun now is it being complimented at all. That's not true. I just want to say that there's a big gap between your appearance and your personality. I'm saying that's not a compliment. Hey, Sonosaki-san, my Barakan, we're in the middle of class. How far did you get, Sonosaki-san? Bring your notes up here. Startled on me, I vocalized it rather easy to understand the utterance. She was so enthralled in the conversation, she had stopped working completely. I'm doing alright. You haven't progressed at all. You're in the highest grade, so you get to shape up. That Miana, it looks like she's getting lectured. Poor. Oh, I didn't get to read that. Appearances can be deceiving, in other words. Actually, appearance might be the opposite of reality. You see some interesting things. Responding to Rina's seemingly profound statement, I turned my gaze to where Satoko was happily studying together with Rina-chan. Are you saying that Brass Toko is actually really meek? If I want me to literally said, then that would be the case. I could hardly imagine Satoko being meek and gentle like a kind girl in some fairy tale. Satoko-chan's been rude lately. God, my nose is so annoying. Sorry, guys. So running and stuff. Satoko-chan's been rude lately, but just a while ago she was pretty different. She acted really spoiled and always, yep, he keeps this a secret from Satoko-chan, okay? That's Satoko acting so cute. For Satoko to play coy, I think she would have to be some part of some calculated plot. Even if she was to be high behind someone, I wouldn't think it was because she was attached to that lamb. But since I came up, I try to imagine her gentle and quick-wittish Satoko. Hey Satoko, what is it, Oni-sama? Satoko spoke and walked towards me. By the way, for every 3 steps forward Satoko took, for some reason I took 3 steps away. Oni-sama, why are you running away? Sorry, Satoko, for you to approach me with an affectionate smile on your face. I just think it's some sort of trap. That's so mean, Oni-sama, you meanie. Wah! I'm so sorry, I didn't intend to be so mean. The weeping Satoko getting closer to me. I'm a sucker for tears. Click, clank. Huh? A bear trap? My leg was being clamped down by giant metal teeth. Oh, you fell for it. Now for the next part. Satoko raised her right arm triumphantly, and traps began to tag one after another. Suddenly, I walked straight forward, throwing me 3 blocks away. And there I was, a giant metal bat covered in spikes hurtling towards me. On top of that, in the direction the ball went knocking me, it was a giant guillotine. I'm not really sure, but Kichiko, you're not quite thinking of anything completely Lucas right now, are you? Not really, not at all. How do we go from being attacked to this? Anyways, that's a lie. You got the kind of look on your face that says, I'm going to be crushed by a giant spiked metal ball. How could my expression convey what I was doing like that? Sorry, imagine Amiga and General Satoko is impossible right now. I'll try again when I'm in better shape. Next, I looked over at Mika-chan, who was working diligently on some kanji drills. In contrast to Satoko, her default state was meek and gentle. If Mika-chan came at me saying, Oni-sama, I'd hug her tightly. I could get used to that. Kichi-kun, you're drooling. Oh, sorry. Then how about Rika-chan? Are you saying that her disappearance is even as well? Saying that out loud, I felt a tinge of doubt. Was Rika-chan really all sweet? Despite her appearance, she really was quite sly. Sweetly, how do you put it? Invading things deftly? I get the feeling that Rika-chan is only just sweet. Her appearance is definitely deceiving. I couldn't put exactly what I was imagining into words, but I managed to say what I wanted to. She turned to me with an impish look in her eyes, like she was saying, nah, you shouldn't say something like that. When Mika-chan goes up, I'm sure she'll become an incredible devilish beauty with men wrapped all around her little finger. Didn't you think they would be cool? I mean, I said that lightheartedly, but I as a man couldn't laugh at that. The scary part about that was that I felt like it could be true. Yeah. Now see my gaze, Mika-chan turned towards me and let loose with an angelic smile. Both her and I feeling as if that was directed towards this person, and her heart skip a beat. Oh, so cute. Now your nose is bleeding. Our parents seem deceiving, huh? Well then, what about our dear leader, Mion? I stared at her as she tried to weasel her way out of scolding by the teacher. Having a story that refined, calculating kind of a name Mion also the set of her that belied the appearances. And then what you're saying is that Mion, despite her appearance, is actually a good person? Mii-chan is a good person. Oh, well, that is true. What I'm trying to say that is... Yep, I know you're trying to say Kiichi-kan. Catching on that, I was struggling to express my feelings. Damn, I know. Sorry, guys, if you can hear it. Like I said, it was stuffed. I mean, I'll name it more brightly. You know what? Mii-chan is mysterious, right? She's a girl, but she's like she's a guy. That's right, man was more aware that she was a girl, but it was exactly as Rena said. When Mion left and left the mood, it was as though she felt like a guy or girl, specifically, but a friend of the same gender. If she were a guy, we'd probably be like 2 peas in a pod, although that's the same way it is right now. But you see, even that Mii-chan is actually really feminine. Marina, how much did Mia pay you exactly? That's not true. Jeez, I'm trying to have a serious conversation, you know. When I began to pout, now probably was the direct time to joke around. I mean, China's probably the club president, so she's trying hard to lead everybody. But she's really a very cute girl. I really don't want you to forget about that, Kichi-kun. Mina's gaze focused up into the distance beyond where Mion was. The Mion that I met at Angel Mart was unimaginably different compared to the Mion that I normally knew. Flustered and hesitant from that unfamiliar job, it was a far cry from the brash and confident Mion. Even though she had to even though she had to hurry to work, she went through all the trouble to bring me food when I was on the brink of starvation. And she did not as Mion, but Shion. What exactly was Shion to Mion? What kind of person was Mion exactly? Kichi-kun probably couldn't even begin to imagine. If I say it was our little secret, Mina held her finger up to her lips as she giggled. Mion, finally feeling like she was just preaching, returned to her seat, cradling her head to hide her embarrassment. This old man, you see, thinks that grade school is enough for everything he needs in life. Oh man, my nose is bad. Oh man. Saying that, she flopped down her seat violently. Mia was actually really feminine, right? I wonder if she could meet Shion again. Oh, if I can. Want to talk to her again. Clang clang. The principal waved around the bell that served as a school chime. The teacher rushed back to the blackboard and began to list 8 ways homework assignments. Well, it looks like there's going to be a lot of homework today. Gotta buckle down. Well then, that may say Marina. Huh? What do you mean? Parents just gonna be deceiving. Would that apply to you too? Huh? Ha 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 ha. Kichigan, how do you see me? How? Let me never got news. Sometimes took days too far. But I was shooting on a cotton general idea girl. Really? Then that makes me happy, I guess. If she was the opposite of what she's eating, that would make her. And if I were really the opposite, just saying that I won't be mad. That's what I felt she meant. Mina is. Even if you were the opposite, you still be Mina, right? Like what she should have been so nerve-wracking answer. Maybe it was because the person in question was staring at me, but saying that took a strange amount of effort. That's not fair, Kichikainen, about that when you say it that way. How? Perhaps unable to endure my silence, Rina's face began to burn with embarrassment. Rina, Ki-chan, let's go home. Mia walked over and started getting ready to go home. When school is over, she does get more energetic. It was the same relaxing walk home as always. Digging in my pocket and the whim I noticed that should have been there was missing. What's the matter, Ki-chan? Look at my house. I was carrying around. It's gone. And where did I lose it? It's fine today since my parents are home, but this still is bad. That sure is troublesome. Did you forget it somewhere? Or did you drop it? Which one was it? Did I take it with me in the first place? Huh? Keychain, did that key anything that would make it stand out? Yeah, it's on a keychain. It's a blue fur seal, so it made for summer homework a long time ago. Huh? Does that blue eye shit like it's sticking in that? How did you know? Yeah, that's it. And look away and getting the whistle. See, you went for dinner at Angel Mart a couple days ago, right? That night the staff owned the key, and there was a fursuit keychain attached to it. As she said that, she suddenly grew flustered and added that Shion told her about it. So I dropped it then. Aren't you glad they found it? I'm sure they're looking after it for you. That's right. Why don't you go? Shion looks like the same as me, so you'll know her by sight. This was a rather unexpected development. Once again, I had no choice but to go and meet with Shion. But I also had to thank her for their bento from yesterday. Besides, taking some time and chatting with this other side of me might be interesting. Half-jokingly, I began to think about things like this. Right, and Angel Mart was it all over the Shion's restaurant to get my key back. Well, I'm having a nice spot-up tea. Might not be a bad idea. It sounds like an English shit now, man. That totally doesn't suit you, Ki-chan. Is it this restaurant? The one that me, Chan, so those sisters working at? Yeah, why don't we go together, Anna? Sorry to disappoint you. I played with my father today some other time. I seemed disappointed that Batman was such a great opportunity. You said that they're twins, but they really look that much alike, and not a mistake which is which. Yeah, they're totally the same, at least on the outside. Unlike Mion, she's well-mannered and really cute, though. In response to my teasing, Mion began to pout and argue with me. I couldn't help but burst out laughing at Mion's little farce. After all, that one just didn't go, they were the same person. After going home, I changed my clothes and then got my back up in the garage. Just thinking that I would be able to meet Sean again gave me a mysterious feeling. Sean, a name for a different kind of Mion. She was a mysterious and ridiculous person, believing she had fooled everyone like that. I noticed that I was pedaling along quite happily. Could it be that I was looking forward to meeting Shion? I felt a sense of giddy anticipation, like I was headed towards a new friend's house for the first time. What Rena said about Mion actually began really feminine spring that mine once again. The guilt from spying on the other side of Mion, the self-consciousness of being the only one that knew about that side, feeling these feelings mixed together. That was Xian for you, Mion's little twin sister. Until she felt like coming out and admitting that she was Xian, it was fun just call her Xian, right? Mion might be right now having some fun by acting on a different persona. As I reached the top of the steep hill, the horizon expanded before me. I was almost at the station. The last time I was embarrassed since I was with my dad. But this time I was alone. I was strangely self-conscious about it. Me, Sean, to get my key back, that was all the task was supposed to be. If I thought around like this, maybe Sean could find me before she headed in for work. Hey, what are you doing, Kishima Bear? You're just here to get your key back, and no, it's not like you, some love-struck schoolboy here to hand over a love letter. All the thoughts inside my head were slowly turning into a jumbled mess. I came to the realization that I was downright giddy. That's why, for just a bit, just a tiny little bit, I got a little carried away and did something really stupid. I kicked over a parked motorcycle that was blocking the sidewalk. I was in the way, sure, but there was absolutely no need for me to kick it. I definitely think I got too carried away. Found clack, crash. As the three bikes stopped on one after another like that, a loud noise that caused me back to my senses. Oh, shit. The hell do you think you're doing? The owners of those three bikes were right there. They looked like what you call thugs, something no good. They lifted their heads in an imposing manner and yelled angrily in a way I'd never heard before. The other them leaned towards me at the worn-down heels of their thin-soled shoes slapping noise against pavement. I could only stare listlessly as I were watching some far-off event that didn't concern me at all. By the time I realized that I'd been grabbed by the collar and lifted onto my tiptoes. Dumb playing dumb. You knocking over, didn't ya? Huh? The three thugs were completely ignoring the rules of grammar, but the way they spoke was enough to make me tremble. Just like that, my composure drained away, my legs buckled, and my throat grew dry enough to crack. I'm sorry, I accidentally exited my ass. You kicked it, didn't you, dumbass? I was completely at fault, so there's nothing I could say in my defense. As a result, I was pulled even higher. The hell, man? Japan's all scuffed. Yo, brat, and who put you up to this, eh? This is your Gurdon fault. The three of them continued on me. I had no idea which of them were saying. Even further enraged, I was only listening to while dumbstruck the gun into an empty plastic crate from a nearby store and began to smash it repeatedly against the telephone pole. Cracks formed in the crate, plastic flying shards everywhere. Then I slammed their full force into the stutter front smash. The shutter let out a frighteningly loud noise. So not satisfied that I flipped over a case of empty cans, scattered its contents all over the place. That's not normal. It was what you often saw on television or in manga. When I thought seeing it in person would be this terrifying. I became painfully aware that this secure civilized society was only held up by such a frail concept as morals. My knees cluttered together noisily. So I began to pepper my vision. This is what you call absolute terror. There's nothing I could do to stop this frightening spectacle of violence. I could only pray for help. The fear I felt was just too much. Would somebody help me? My gaze floundered about the surrounding area. I was surrounded by these three hoodlums. No way there would be a passerby or brave enough to intervene. Maybe this was what you call reaping what you sow. If there was a passerby, there would be no doubt that I knew what was going on, so this was somewhat of a cosmic retribution. Fucking say something, I fucking stab you. Arguing and yelling loud enough to let out my eardrums speed forward right in front of my face. My whiny consciousness was forcibly dragged back to the forefront. The thug had caught back his free hand and was his body when a suddenly metallic taste flickered through the back of my throat. It chilled right down my spine like a jolt of electricity. Seeing what was going to happen next, I squeezed my eyes shut as tightly as possible to get in my teeth. You're making quite the racket, you stupid pieces of trash. Get out of my sight. That voice was short distance away. Still holding me by the collar, the three thugs spun around to look behind them. Oh, hello, Shion. The frick you see? Standing there was Mion. She was stood there displaying an imposing stature that I had never seen before. Looks good, too. She didn't have the same look on her face as she did when she were playing during club. Those were the eyes that would instill fear in anyone who looked upon them, the eyes of a raptor. They were the epitome of terror, at the same time they were the most reassuring things in the world. Only say this one more time. Let go of Ki-chan and get lost. Meow without an ounce of fear laid down her ultimatum. First, there's no way these three wouldn't go absolute berserk. This situation isn't like they're explosively dangerous. You fucking bitch. I'll fucking bash your head in. Stop it, Mion. These kids are like rabid dogs. No amount of bluffing won't work. Mion, it's dangerous. It's so rude. I knew what I was going to say was pathetic, but I couldn't let Mion get involved in this. No matter how much you looked at it, Mion was only bluffing. But did Mion even know the meaning of the word bluff? However, the reason behind everything soon became apparent. They were slowly increasing in number, little by little. At first, it was only businessmen on their way home, stopping to take a look. Then it was the housewives and the shopping and taking a gander. Next week, it seemed like the owner of some store showed up, and it was pretty clear he wasn't just looking. Around me there was already about 7 people gathered. It was totally different than people coming out to support a friend. But to say it was because the group that gathered was diverse in age and gender. The 3 thugs seemed to slowly realize that there was something strange about the situation. Who the hell are these guys? Behind them at some point, 4 more people of different clothing and ages had gathered. A girl who looked up to be middle school, a man wearing a bakery apron, an old lady in the house cleaning a smock. More and more people of various ages. Their gazes compared to the neons of hostility, of intimidation. Before I realized that over 10 people had formed their ring around us. At that moment, 5 elementary schoolers ran and joined the circle. There were some familiar faces, some of our classmates. These people were residents of Hinamizawa. More and more people from Hinamizawa gathered around. In obvious contrast to residents of Okinamiya were passing by as quickly as possible. The fuck are you guys? Go the fuck away. The group surrounding us had suddenly swelled about 20 people, completely encircled. The faces, sorry guys, the faces of the thugs began to show their first sign of panic. Nobody spoke a word, Neon included. That made everything completely unnatural, and depending on which side you were on, completely terrifying. Only the thugs' voices echoed out like they were screaming. Somebody took a step forward, closing the gap between them. As they did, everybody else took a step forward, shaking in the circle. The hoodlums went pale as they were pushed together back to back, while still yelling angrily. They were trying to string together vulgarities, but for some reason it sounded like they were crying out for help. Alright, what's going on here? What's going on? It was sudden as solemnly built officer cutting his way through the crowd. At some point, 2 police cars had arrived. Some passerby had undoubtedly called for them. Severely burly officers appeared inside the second vehicle. Oh, officer, good timing. There you go. The extra annoyance caught red-handed. Please arrest them. The fuck? This breast's the only one that's done wrong here. Mion returned her usual self as nonchalantly pointing out the hoodlums to the police. Of course, the thugs were furious, but now it had come to this. There was nothing they could do. It was their loss. Okay, come over here for a sec. Come on already. The officers handcuffed the thugs and dragged them towards the patrol cars. The fuck, let me go. We're the victims here. Are you listening? Damn it. No matter how much of a ruckus they caused, officers paid no heed. In the blink of an eye, they were crammed inside 2 vehicles. They could still be heard yelling while inside the police cars, but what they were saying was no longer intelligible. Are you all alright? Hey, it's Oishi-san. Are you injured? He was probably a detective. The man leading the police up peered at my face. So, everything's happening differently. We're learning about people differently, meeting different people now. Everything's definitely not exactly the same as the first game, but I wonder how everything's going to pan out at the end. Hopefully I live. I mean, but it still saddens me that even if this is a different reality, different world, alternate universe, whatever, there is still an existing world where Kichi didn't make it in the end. So it's still sad about that. Anyways, the man leading the police appeared in my face. No, not really. Well, that's a bit of a silver lining then. Well, then, have a good year. The portly man, after taking a quick look around and just the crowd. Thank you, citizens, for your timely report. Thanks to your efforts, we were able to keep the peace today. It was a wonderful thing. That's weird. Thank you for your hard work, Detective Oishi. As a citizen, I thank you for your daily efforts. It's an honor for my detective from the 1st Division to come out all this way. The way Sean talked and have a very pleasant tone. It was a coincidence. I happened to hear the call over the radio on my way back from the prefectural office. I just made a little detour. Please keep up the good work. I pray for success in your future endeavors. Ah, shucks. It's a good thing there was no injuries, though. Oishi-san, we're done here. Let's go. Well, then, have a good year. I'm sorry, could you make the way? The detective named Oishi, after jovially making pleasantries, lumbered over to the waiting police car. It quickly set off, disappearing down the city street. It was over so quickly I was dumbstruck. I didn't even get to ask the officer what was going on. It was like they came here quickly to disperse the mob before any trouble could start. After making sure the police cars had left me, I snapped their fingers sharply. Alright, that's a wrap, and don't come back. That was the signal. The tension melted away in an instant as everybody began smiling. The middle-aged man helped me up. Are you okay, young Maybearer? Next time, pick your fights a bit better. It's not like I wanted to fight. Are you hurt anywhere? If you hit your head, it would be a good idea to get an x-ray taken. Normally, I didn't know the name. I was concerned about my injury. Well, you're lucky this happened right in front of the station when it was busy. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to gather as many people. Next time, be more careful. See, kids these days are pretty unruly. Grumble. I was even warned by the old lady in the smock. As she all finished applying the dispersing group for their efforts, she strode over to me. Well, you're pretty good, Ki-chan, but I also think you should be more careful about who you pick a fight with. Thanks, Mion. You seem to make it in there. Like I said, I'm Shion. She made a troubled expression as she turned her head, gazed downward, blushing in embarrassment. I heard from my sister that fierce Kyochi was yours, Ki-chan. Oh yeah, that's right. I was just heading into the restaurant. And I'm feeling so excited that you got mixed up in something weird. Now it's my turn to face to go red. I didn't want to admit it that she was spot on. Well, I was just unlucky. But you really saved me, Shion. You know how to thank me. If you see people something like getting bullied, help them out, okay? We value that guy very highly here. I was very well versed in that sense of camaraderie. But the way I was so excused just now sort of seemed a little bit off about that. While I was helped out, I was honestly to an almost disturbing degree. You ever come into the restaurant, right? You must be tired, so you relax for a bit. My treat. It seems like she caught the glimmer of suspicion in my eyes. Without waiting for my answer, she began walking. I'll walk behind her. Woohoo! Is this even at the chapter? I mean, I believe it. 34 minutes in, I don't think it's the end, though. Oh, well, whatever. I'm having fun reading. After cooling off a bit inside the restaurant, little by little, I realized I was still on edge. There was probably spots on my body that hurt, probably because I had been so stiff with nervousness. Sean had changed their uniform and brought over 2 glasses of iced coffee. She on. And I can't tell which I like better, this one or this one. This one looks weird in the torso. Oh well. Here you go. Nice coffee on the house. Just bring this coupon to the restaurant and there'll be no charge. My patheticness really knew no bounds. Miss you So she went through the trouble. I might as well take her up on the offer. Even though it has started out as such a lovely day, I didn't carry it away into that stupid thing. I completely ruined it. But really, you really set my hide there. I've really come to see you as reliable. You know I was scared, but Ch.2 was in trouble, so I had to be brave and do my best. While a little embarrassed by what she just said, Sean made a show of holding her arms boldly. Sean, really, thank you. I was thinking Shion, but I really wanted to thank Mion. Mion, really, thank you. Now, cheer up a little. If you feel indebted, then what your chance you should help somebody in need. Like, for example, if I'm ever in trouble, please come and save me. Ah, yes, of course. That's a promise. You absolutely have to. Take advantage of my words. She seemed happy about my promise. So if I'm ever in trouble, Ch.2 will come and save me. I hope trouble comes soon. You finally smiled. She said as she smiled herself, poking me in the cheek. I downtrodden and Ch.2 is as good as an imposter. Come on, smile, smile. The tickles. Stop, boy. Thanks to Sean's smiling, I felt cheered up a little. Alright, muscles on my body that is stiffening because the instant finally begin to relax a little. When you're in a better mood, don't you get a little hungry? I'm kind of hungry, so I want to eat some pancakes or something. Do you want some too, Ch.2? I wanted to show a little restraint, but restraint really wasn't my thing. That's why I applied without any. They're good, right? I'm pretty picky when it comes to pancakes. Don't worry. Our pancakes have a pretty good reputation. Sean ordered some pancakes from a nearby waitress. An employee ordering from another employee seems kind of weird. Hey, speaking of that, wasn't she in the middle of a shift? She'd just been sucking enough while talking to me. I thought my uncle they saved me when I was serving them, so here's rewarding you. So I had that manager's permission. That's exactly the opposite of what happened. That's alright. It's perfectly fine. By the time pancakes were heavy and entered the relaxed conversation. As the two of us ate pancakes, we lightened in the mood with some chit-chat about what was on TV, so where's the kind of thing, about that kind of thing, hobbies, food, really nothing more than idle chit-chat. Talking together like this, I almost began unconscious of Sean being a girl. Hey, now that's funny talk, Kichi, my bear. Sean and Mion are the same person. If there was anything different about them, it was only whether or not Mion admitted she was Mion. Well, they gave in that, how come our conversation was just different? Kishan, you don't think of my sister as a girl, do you? That's not true. If she were a guy, I'd punch living daylights out of her. I think the reason you guys get along so well is because you have that kind of platonic relationship. That's a pretty rare and enviable thing to have, don't you think? I don't get what you're saying, but it really would be a waste to treat her like a girl. Hey, Kishan, that's sexist. Hearing that word sexist was cause for introspection. Was I just prejudiced against Mian as she owned for? Mian was Mian. She was the best friend a guy could have, no reservations, and had her shoulders about me when it came to club activities. If I had met her 5 years earlier, my life would have probably been a lot more fun of this, I have no doubt. What about Shion? She was Mia's little sister, and hadn't even been 3 days since we met. Her relationship was much more distant, and the only thing we had in common was I knew her sister. And for the Shion one, it was the same. I was somebody shooting my 3 days ago because of a friend of her sister's. The difference between Mian and Shion, friendliness, familiarity, playing around with these unclear thoughts. For a while, I stopped listening to Shihan. Hypothetically, okay? You listening? Sorry, yeah, I'm listening. This is just hypothetical question, okay? Well, me and my sister are in trouble, okay? We're dangling off the side of a cliff. Which one of us do you save? You can only save one. She was saying it to tease me, but people told me on her voice. That's not a nice question. I want to save you both, but I can't do that right. Right. You could go and save either Shion or Mion. Who do you save? If it were Mion, I don't think she'd be in that situation in the first place. It's something she could easily get out of herself, but the normal frail Shihan, I guess I had no choice. It's not my sister, right? I mean, I show on different people, I suppose it would come to that. I could confirm nor deny it. She should have been smiling, but her gaze was looked firmly to mine. I mean, in other words, I say it isn't it? My sister is, Sorry, I messed up what I was trying to say. Sean was trying to talk to a light-hearted manner, but I felt there was something more behind her words. Was Mion trying to tell me something through Shihan? Not being able to put her finger on exactly what was vexing. Showing the utter embarrassment turned the conversation around. More importantly now, were you surprised when everybody kept showing up? Of course I was. If it was struggle, that would have been one thing. But for all those people young and all together, they were all from Hinamisawa, right? Yeah, that's right. Everybody in Hinamisawa was pretty close in that an enemy of one is an enemy of all. Nobody is going to look down from the sidelines. It's a pretty reliable group of residents. If somebody is being picked on, everybody unites to get rid of the bully. It kind of sounds like the mafia or Yuzuka's brand of unity. You shouldn't say something like that. It's something you should be thankful for. You were saved by that unity, weren't you? Never forget to show your appreciation. I half-heartedly agreed. I knew full well I should be appreciative. Everybody's really close-knit, aren't they? Maybe it's because of tradition. Hinamisawa has been in danger of becoming a ghost town on several occasions. There's been a history of villagers united together each time the fight for the village's continued existence. For example, Keisha, you know about the Hinamisawa Dam Project? Hinamisawa Dam Project? Let's see, I feel like I heard someone talk about it before. What I don't get is, I know we skipped meeting Rina and Mion and all of that, like we did in the first one, but what I don't understand is, how are we learning about these things differently than the first time? I know I should probably wait to read it more to find that out, but like, if it's the same thing, shouldn't we be going through the same exact thing, and then their memories of what happened before slowly come into place, and I don't know, maybe they just switched it up so it won't be so boring. You know, like, it would be like just playing the first game over again, just like different scenes or whatever. I guess it's okay. Okay, about 10 years ago, there was a sudden proposal to build a dam here, which would have submerged Hinamisawa underwater. That story, I think I heard my dad talk about that, but I'm pretty sure that plan was cancelled, right? We made them cancel it. Everybody banded together, so that's all well in the victory. That sounded pretty much like the story I heard. The protests intensified to the point where it was featured in newspapers and magazines. As a result, the plan was suspended. The whole story with the dam apparently started before I was born. At first, the proposal was only for exploratory purposes, or a small dam to control erosion. But then the cat was still out the bag. If it were completed, it would have just been the biggest dam in Japan. Not just in Hinamisawa, but several villages of Shipping would have been submerged as well. The protests immediately began, and petitions to cancel or relocate the project were drafted and submitted to the Diet. They even went as far as go to the Ministry of Construction in Tokyo to hand over a direct appeal to the minister. The previous owner sued the government, stating there was inconsistencies in the purchase agreement and transactions should be nullified. Owners of yet unacquired lands put their properties increasingly the numbers of landowners in order to stifle the project. It was all very precious when the land equation was still about money. Eventually, they started relying on eminent domain in order to seize land. It started at that point. The riot police began to get violent. Riot police. You mean the police? Oh, they act violent. They punched, they kicked. There was a time I was hit. Right in front here, I think. My skin split open and a whole lot of blood spilled out. Saying that shot and they hurt him by poking at it. What happened to the police? Filing a complaint against the all police for police brutality was kind of strange for some reason. Naturally, they wouldn't pay heed to something like that. You wouldn't be able to establish proof on who exactly hit you, and they could just write their actions by saying you were interfering with police duties. My nana went off like a firework. After that, it was amazing. Like a full-scale war. We weren't just going to sit by and idly file complaints. We went on the offensive. First, they ignored all the attention to the government. They filed a temporary injunction to court. And then, in order to gain public support, they called in prominent scientists to state that Hinamisawa was a valuable natural nature preserve. They pressured the prefectural municipal assembly, saying that the prefectural governor ignored his constitutes when he approved the project and demanded his resignation. They completely and thoroughly denounced him. Good. Naturally, in Hinamisawa, a ferocious conflict worthy of being called the Dam War began. In order to suppress police's brutality, they coordinated with the networks, channels, and exposed the violence of their squad members to the public. On top of that, they put together a special explosive themed on the government expressing the citizens and aired nationally. Worked wonders. Following that, the SWAT teams had their hands cuffed. Day after day, the petitions and demonstrations continued. Propaganda was used to help garner support. The circle of support gradually expanded outwards from Hinamasawa. That bore fruit, or the government finally decided against it. It was announced the dam project was indefinitely suspended just a few years ago. We did everything we could. The entire village banded together and fought. At the time, we were desperate, but now as time has actually become a pretty good memory. The village's feelings of solidarity and unity still haven't faded. Sean said that as she focused off into the distance. I felt that those eyes weren't filled with anguish, but with a sense of pride. That kind of solidarity is pretty nice. You don't see it too often. Bridging the generation gap and unifying the region, I think so too. The dam project was a trial. I think it was the fact that we were able to overcome it is huge. The fear I was feeling just now gradually began to fade. When people began to show up one after another while I was engaged with those thugs, I thought I was frightening. But now I felt from the bottom of my heart that I had been rude. The villagers prepared to defend their homeland to the death. The sense of solidarity had fostered. I might seem imprudent to say this, but I was a little jealous. If I had been in him, sorry guys. If I had been in Hinamasawa when the protest against the dam was going on, I had been able to share that sense of solidarity. You weren't here at the time, so I don't think you could fully feel the solidarity in the village. Everybody shares it thoroughly, even with somebody who just moved here like you, Ch.2. She couldn't have been more right. So many people here get together to help me out when I just moved here, even though they were strangers whose names I didn't even know. I felt them again welling up inside of me. When I lived in the city, I didn't even know my own neighbors. I thought that was natural, but here that was an absurd, pathetic thing. Even though I thought of them as strangers to all the other villagers, viewed me as a comrade. Happiness and warmth, I was acutely aware of those feelings as they gradually welled up inside of me. Sonozaki-san, the manager, wants you to work at the floor. And while sitting there with just waved her hand, I called up the sheet on. It seemed like this was time for work. Okay, I'm coming. Sorry, looks like I have to get to work now. It's fine. Thanks for hanging out with me. It was fun. Oh, are you going home? Yeah, my mom was supposed to get home by dinner time. I think Shion wanted to say something, but she swallowed her words. Like we didn't talk enough, that kind of feeling. We look at the expression of regret saying that disappointed me on like that. Oh, God, my nose. I was about to say that I could stay for a little bit longer, but she hugged up the seat. Here, if you use a coupon, she covered the pancakes as well. Saying that, she showed me a coupon booklet as she tore out her fruit trays and handed them to me. Convenient, isn't it? It's a perk I get on top of my salary. It's okay. I can pay for the pancakes myself. Hey, being so reserved doesn't fit you, Ch.2. If I were my sister, you would have gladly let me pay for it. She said she left, gently stopping me from opening my wallet. Main Toso with such an encouraging smile really resounded me. Sounds like he said, sorry, could you take care of the register? Oh yes, right away. Later today was fun. Saying that, Shion smiled one more time at me. Nomion, thanks a lot for today. I owe you one. If you really think of that, if you're doing the favor, I'm looking forward to it. After I said it, I realized I was basically calling her Mion. I didn't know if she realized it or not. Hey, it's the Higurashi. Weird living, I'm not gonna lie. Like, why is chairs there and not back to following against the wall, and where's the TV at? Anyways, lazing around, watching television after dinner was part of my daily routine. Oops, excuse me. Excuse me. It might seem like a waste at first glance, but you could say it was an important time when I was able to acquire my knowledge of everything from politics to economics to various trivia. I got the hiccups now. Ow. I wanted to know his valuable time while spent while the brain was supplying nutrients. You idiot, it's obvious that Tokyo Tower is taller. Today I tested my knowledge of trivia by watching my weekly quiz show. Sitting in front of the television, I was able to get a lot of answers right, but if I would actually get up on stage, I probably fell miserably. Kichi, phone call from Sonozaki. Okay, Sonozaki, that's me on. It's a little late for her to be calling. I had a bad feeling about this. I'll just do the club activities. She's like informed me that what we're doing tomorrow. This was me on I'm talking about. She goes for the stay with the club activities right now, so her to come over. By the way, it was 8 p.m. Hello? No, we're having a club at all right now. Huh? That's not it. I mean, it was me on, but it was very unlike me on, like way of talking. Huh? Could it be? So sorry. Could it be you're not me on? But she on? That's right. Good evening. I'm sorry for calling so late. For me on, this would be an ill-fittingly polite way of talking. But since it was Shion, it was natural. Even though they were both the same person. With the dress, well, I enjoyed that mysterious feeling. No, it's fine. What's up? Kichan, do you like sweets like cakes or desserts? There's no way I hated them. I am an unabashed glutton. That's great. Actually, there's a new dessert contest this summer. Looks like they have a new dessert menu every season. So they were hiring tasters of particular desserts. The desserts that enjoy more of a good reputation. It's pretty difficult to get accepted as a taste tester. I'll get right to the point. Ta-da. You say ta-da, but I can't see over the phone. Still, could it be? That's right. I have a taste testing ticket right here. If you don't mind sweets, how about it? When you say how about it, you basically mean with that ticket I can hit all any desserts I want. They say to beware of honey pots, but this is sweeter than any pot of honey. All you can eat for desserts? No way. If you're okay with that, I'll register you as a taste tester. When you come to the restaurant tomorrow, just give the person in charge your name, and everything will work out. When you say everything will work out, you mean all you can eat for free? Yeah, it's free. There's quite a bit, so I recommend you come hungry. This was just a delectable opportunity. It was almost scary. This was really Shion, right? It was Mion posing as Shion in order to bait me into a trap, was it? Or am I saying they're the same person? Yeah, I know exactly what you're thinking, Ki-chan. You're thinking this is too good to be true, right? Ape, I mean, I would never. Snort. Hehehe. I heard from my sister, but you're really somebody who can tell a lie. I'm not averse to something like that. Hehehe. Shion laughed at the voice. It sounded like how Mion would laugh. It's not like I was intending on it, but just so happens that my shift ends early tomorrow. If it's not bother, I thought maybe we could spend a little time together after I'm done. Your shift ends early tomorrow? Yeah, so while you take your time eating dessert, I'll finish up. Well, I didn't have any plans anyway. I don't mind hanging out with you for a bit. It's not like we had to go anywhere. I was thinking we could cool off in the evening while we take a walk. There's no reason for me to refuse. Quite out of courtesy, I might as well take her up on her offer. By the way, Kichan, you and I haven't met up every day, haven't we? Now they say, I guess we have. So she said, okay, we have an excuse to meet again tomorrow. Huh? What was Mion saying? Aha, Kichan, your voice just cracked. What's the matter? Snicker. It was a video phone, but she could tell I was beat red. Well, then you should definitely come tomorrow. I'll take my leave here. Good night. Good night. Shion finished with that. Shion finished with what she had called to say in the conversation without any chit chat. When I returned to the living room after hanging up the phone, the TV was already off and my mom was sleeping in the rocking chair. And I finally turned the TV back on. I went back upstairs and returned to my room. I've only been receiving favors from Shion, haven't I? She brought me a bento, and she's been saying, she's taking me when I got involved with those thugs. She's supposed to be a different person, so I could thank me on that school. Come to think of it, she probably just said she'll pass it on to her sister. I'll have to thank Shion directly. Tomorrow I'll have to repay her somehow. Ah, man, my nose is so stuffy. Ew. Is this the end of the chapter? I can go blow my nose. And maybe get a drink some lemonade. Alright, the Tales of the Delinquent 3. I don't know. Okay. Well, guys, I'm ending the video here. I'll see you guys tomorrow.